as we officially announce Uganda's commemoration of the 45th World Food Day, which is celebrated globally every year on the 16th of October.
I'm Yona Paguma, the Director General for the National Cultural Research Organization.
I'm called Sadiq Kasim. I'm the Deputy Director General of Child Technology Promotion at NAM. Martin Amel is my name. I'm a Program Associate and a Corps Officer at FAO. I've been asked to represent the FAO representative in Uganda.
This day holds immense significance because it raises awareness and mobilizes action on critical issues of hunger, of food security, of nutrition security, of environmental security, and it also discusses the future of our food systems. This year's commemoration also coincides with the 80th anniversary of the founding of the Food Agriculture Organization, FAO, of the United Nations. So congratulations, FAO, and we value the partnership. We congratulate FAO and commend the synergies we have shared over time. The national celebrations will be at Rwebitaba Research Institute. Rwebitaba is in Kabarole, Western Uganda, at Kyembogo Station on the 16th of October 2025, and we shall be starting at 9 a.m. Our theme for this year's Food Day is hand in hand for better foods and a better future. This year's theme, hand in hand for better foods and a better future, is a powerful call for global national collaboration. It emphasizes that transforming our food systems requires us to work together across governments, organizations, the private sector, academia, and communities for the benefit of both people and our planet. It says we farm for the benefit of the people. We must also not endanger the planet, Earth, which feeds us. So we must innovatively farm in a sustainable manner without endangering or making the ecosystem fragile. In Uganda, the spirit of hand in hand resonates deeply with our cherished tradition of Rwebitaba, working together for a common good. It's about harnessing our collective strengths of a shared goal, better food and a better future for every Ugandan. In line with this theme, a number of community activities such as tree planting, market cleanups, establishment of school gardens, and public dialogues involving farmers, traders, and other stakeholders to discuss challenges and solutions of food will be held. Sustaining the impact beyond the day. The question is, if you have one day, what's the impact? So last year, while attending the Global Food Week engagements, a number of key issues arose, specifically food waste and food loss. It became apparent that as we have discussions about food production on such a day, we need also to discuss about food production. We need also to discuss how we are managing what we have. We cannot continue lamenting without changing our habits. World Food Day should not be seen as just a day where we talk about how we are producing food, but also what we are producing and how we are managing our food for equitable distribution, better nutrition, and sustainability. We need voices of change within our communities using the available communication platforms to discuss better practices and habits even after just the day itself. For sustained follow-up, we will all, at our different levels, continue community dialogue and report back on the success of these partnerships and actions during next year's World Food Day, ensuring accountability and continuous progress. How is the theme relevant to our farming community? Agriculture is Uganda's backbone. Of course, you know very, very well, 70% of Ugandans rely on agriculture for livelihood and for employment. But yet challenges of low productivity, post-harvest losses, climate change, limited market access still persist. So this theme directly addresses the need for collaboration to jointly improve food production, distribution, and nutrition outcomes. So it's a call to look at the whole value chain of food management. And at each stage of the value chain, we identify the bottlenecks for the farmer through research. The research angle brings in a solution. For the transport, collaboration now with the other agencies, ministries of transport, local governments. So the day is not just exhibiting the food varieties we've been able to produce, but it's also to discuss the other confounding factors for those challenges. Addressing food and nutrition security is one of the relevant areas to discuss. We still have pockets of malnutrition, with about 25% of children under 5 stunted. Better foods means therefore safe, nutritious, and affordable diets, vital for health growth, strong immunity, and productivity. It's not just mere ya kukusa mwana. It's about that kukusa only. It's about okute chicho kyota demu. Yes, it's enough to fill your stomach, but is it nutritious? Does it really nourish your body adequately? The same platform of World Food Day gives us an opportunity to discuss and tackle climate change and sustainability. Climate variability threatens our food security. You know that. The theme calls for joint action to promote climate-smart agriculture, drought-tolerant crops, water harvesting, and better land management, safeguarding our environment while ensuring food security. And that's where research becomes key. Promoting peace and stability, hand in hand, underscores unity and peace building through inclusive agriculture development, empowering our youth and women, and reducing rural poverty, recognizing that food insecurity can fuel conflict. So any stability of a country, the first guarantor for peace is food security. And of course, we support national development goals and international development goals. This theme perfectly supports our partnership development model and our industrialization priorities under the National Development Plan 4 of shifting farmers from subsistence agriculture to commercial farming. And as you may know, an economically empowered population has a choice in what they consume. Ultimately, for Ugandans, this theme is a call to work together across communities, across institutions and sectors, to improve food quality, to guarantee food security, to protect the natural resources, and create a brighter, healthy future for generations to come. And you may ask, why have we chosen Rwebitaba Institute? The national celebrations will be hosted at Rwebitaba Zonal Agricultural Research and Development Institute, specifically at Kyembogo Station, 10 kilometers out of Porto City, in Toro sub-region. The choice is deliberate. Rwebitaba is a leading research center under the National Agricultural Research Organization, specializing in tea, coffee, bananas, pasture improvement, and agroforestry research. So hosting there the World Food Day will showcase how government through NARO is driving innovations that directly improve livelihoods. We also deliberately decided as a ministry to always rotate celebrations among our key installations as a way of raising awareness on the various activities that we are involved in. Last year, we were in Serere. So now we are on this other side of Toro Rwenzori. Our hosts will articulate the various interventions and progress made within the Toro Rwenzori sub-region in areas of research, value addition, seed systems, animal feed security, technology demonstration and training, combating malnutrition and post-harvest handling. On this day, importantly also, we shall be unveiling new crop varieties. Every year, just like you know, a pregnancy takes 9 months to deliver. So our researchers every year there is someone conceiving. They conceive of the idea, they get pregnant of it in the laboratory, they are doing antenatal things there you don't see. So, just like you deliver your baby, scientists every year, after having satisfied all the regulatory approvals in the ministry, get cleared to release new crop and breed varieties. So on that same day, we shall be releasing to the country. To release means this new variety is ready for planting. And a new variety, or certainly, is always superior than an existing one. Maybe they can explain what a new variety means. So we shall be releasing Irish potato varieties, millet, and banana new varieties, improved varieties by our research scientists to go to the market. They come with new properties, new characteristics that perhaps are better than the ones existing. I'm sure you've heard about the long four, long something, maize this, maize that. They are named after the type of variety they were raised with. Drought resistant, takes little water, this and that. So, it's an important day for scientists because it climaxes in them showcasing and bringing to fruition their work, which is normally closed in the laboratory. What happens in the lab, you never know it. Some things die there, just like you can have a miscarriage. So when someone is able to incubate an idea, test it, take it through, they call upon our Ugandans to change in their methodologies. The times have changed, the weather is a little bit harsh, so let's also change and confront the challenges we are presented with. So I think let me ask the scientists to explain the balance between seeds of the past and the seeds of today. Also explain about GMOs. People talk about it and sometimes threaten people wrongly. So let the scientists explain. Thank you, Baguma.
We have what are called land races, and then what we call improved seed. Now the land races, these are seeds that have been with us for so many years and have adapted. The improved seed is seed that has come as a result of crossing some two parents with a goal to increase yield, to increase disease resistance, to increase nutrition. Now what happens in real production? With the land races, in most cases, they are disease prone. So when you grow improved seed in real production, what will happen? You will not be able to spray them with chemicals, while you will spray the land races in most cases with chemicals. So what is the distinction between organic food and non-organic food? What they call organic food is food that have been able to grow under natural conditions without any application of chemicals. And that are the improved seed. So to say that with the introduction of improved seed, we are compromising more on organic food is not necessarily true. That's what I would like to explain on that. How about GMOs? Is it true that in this country we have an influx of genetically modified seed on the market? The answer is no. And what makes it no, to begin with? We do not have a law that enables us as a country to actually grow genetically modified seed in this country. However, as a country, at research level, we are undertaking research in coming up with genetically modified seed that has improved attributes. We have seed for cassava, we have seed for banana, we have seed for potato, we have seed for maize. These are just waiting for the law to be rolled out. But how do you get a genetically modified plant? Traditionally and naturally, a non-modified plant, you get a female plant flower, you cross it with a male plant flower. when you make that cross, you end up with a plant that is non-genetically modified. Genetic modification starts from the lab, whereby you isolate a gene of interest from a donor parent, which may be related or non-related, and then you cross it to a parent of choice. Take a case of cassava. You can pick a gene from a cassava which is wild, like we call it wogo. This cassava that we always see in our compounds, which is not naturally edible. And then you cross it with edible cassava at lab level, because naturally they are not able to cross as much as they can be crossed. Now when you cross it and you get another plant, that plant is what we call a genetically modified plant. The same practice goes for other crop commodities. The art of generating genetically modified plants in this country is with us as research scientists. And genetically modified plants by themselves, they present advantages over some of the non-genetically modified plants. Take a case of cassava, whereby we have been struggling with viral diseases, both cassava mosaic disease and cassava brown streak disease. That's through the art of genetic modification, we've been able to come up with immune cassava varieties. And once the law is released, these varieties will be released for consumption and for production in this country. The case of hybrid seed, that when improved seeds are planted repeatedly, we get decline in yield. The answer is partly yes and partly no. Partly no. When you plant improved seed, which is open pollinated, the yield will remain the same unless it is infected with viral load or disease load. But when you plant improved seed, which is hybrid, and you repeatedly plant that seed, the yield will steadily keep decreasing. Why? It is because as you keep planting, the seed keeps segregating back to its original parents. And the original parents are not the same as the improved seed. And in most cases, the original parents are low yielding compared to the improved seed. The advice is that with hybrid seed, you plant it once and you go back and pick additional seed and you plant new fresh seed. Just because the yield advantage of hybrid seed is able to overcome and to pay for the cost of the seed. So there is more advantage in planting fresh seed for hybrid seed than taking a risk to replant the seed. We note that some farmers, some brothers and sisters in Uganda, found themselves eating termites. On a humble note, termites traditionally are nutritious foods, on a humble note. However, government has intervened. In eastern Uganda, we're able to deploy new varieties of sorghum. In eastern Uganda, we're able to deploy new varieties of maize, and we're able to deploy new varieties of beans. Government is not seated. Government has been able to make a contribution to ensure that part of the country is also food secure. How about the rampant malnutrition in this country? What have we done as Uganda, and what have we done as NARO, and what have we done as a sector? Good news for the country. Today, as a country, we've been able to tackle the problem of vitamin A deficiency by rolling out sweet potato varieties that are rich in vitamin A, by rolling out cassava varieties that are rich in vitamin A. We also have banana varieties that are rich in vitamin A. These are able to counter the effect of vitamin A deficiency. In the case of deficiencies of iron and zinc, we've been able to release sweet bean varieties that are high in zinc and are high in iron. And these are particularly important for infants and also very important for our pregnant mothers because they help the good development of the baby while still inside the womb. We have also been able to develop high protein maize varieties, which are good for being high in protein, but good as a weaning food for babies. The porridge we give to our babies, if you use this high protein maize, the baby is able to pick protein from a plant-based source. We've also been able to come up with what we call purple fleshed sweet potato. Purple fleshed sweet potato has antioxidant properties, whereby it rids your body of toxins, even when you do less exercise. This sweet potato variety is with us. And lastly, we've also been able of late to come up with black rice. With black rice, the advantage is that it tends to release sugar slowly in the bloodstream. And for people suffering from diabetes, this is a rice of choice because it regulates the release of sugars in the bloodstream. And finally, we have also been able to release a number of vegetables and fruits which are also rich in these varieties. Are we at risk in this country of losing our local adapted seed varieties? The answer is no. As a country, we have a National Plant Genetic Resources Center in Entebbe. And this center has all the collections of the wild type accessions we have in this country collected in that center. But even as we start our breeding work as a country, for some of you may know that in the 90s and 80s in eastern Uganda we had a variety of cassava, Ebwana-Taraka. Ebwana-Taraka is no more. In northern Uganda we had cassava variety, Bao. It is no more. In the mid-western Uganda we had cassava variety, Nyaku. These succumbed to cassava mosaic disease. But when we are doing improvement, we use them as maternal parents because they are adapted, and then we improve them. The versions of cassava varieties we have today, Narocas, these are versions of the local adapted cassava, Bao, Nyaku, and the other varieties. Lastly, is there a risk that as we continue doing our research, we'll be able to compromise on the food system? No, we are improving on this resilience. We are increasing on the resilience of our food system because the varieties that we are rolling out are high yielding, they are highly nutritious, they are disease resistant, and they are adapted to the environment. I want to thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Not just a celebration, but a springboard of sustained action and transform lives and secure our food future. I thank you and look forward to seeing you at all at Rwebitaba Zone Agricultur Research and Development Institute, Kyembogo Station, Fort Portal City in Kabarole. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.